What up, what up, what up? Unbreakable Kicks Army. I just want to stop what I'm doing. I generally told myself Wednesdays and Sundays is going to be my off day. Y'all know I got the merch in. And as you guys can see, finally, your boy got the Jubilee hoodie on. Jubilee hoodie is fire. Jubilee hoodie is the hottest selling piece of merch that I got right now, along with the UNC shorts. Everything is moving, Army. If y'all have yet to see the merch, everything is on the side of me right here. If you place the order, everything is going out tomorrow, Army. So make sure y'all are staying near and dear to make sure that you guys get y'all tracking info, because it's Christmas time and I want to make sure everybody get their stuff in a timely manner. Now, Army, while going through merch, going through inventory, I'm just downstairs thinking like, man, I love having my own merch. I love selling my own product. And, you know, it just gives me back to like moving sneakers in my room. It just had me thinking like, Break, if you had to just keep like 4 or 5 sneakers, like everything else had to go, what would be those 4 or 5 sneakers that you would keep? And it was honestly low-key a tough pick. And I feel like everybody who has a huge collection, or if you just got a collection in general, no matter if it's 2 shoes to 1,000 shoes, it's certain shoes in your collection you just like, man, all these can go, but these can stay. And I just want to share my sneakers with you guys that I'm just like, man, everything else, I'm keeping it, but if I had to, everything else can go, and I'm only going to keep these 5 sneakers. The first sneaker that I said that I will 100% keep, I will have to keep my Air Jordan 1 Spider-Man's, the Miles Morales joints. If y'all have not seen the Spidey-verse movie from 2018, it was a dope cartoon movie. Y'all know Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time, and I'm super stoked for the Spider-Man 3 movie that's coming out next year. Hopefully it's going on what they talking about as far as the Spidey-verse. It's supposed to have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland versions of Spider-Man in that movie, Army. But these right here, I got a double up on these. I want to say this is the only Air Jordan 1 that I have a double up on in my collection, Army. And I just love them, man. This is one of my favorite non-OG Air Jordans of all time in my collection. Now, the second shoe, a lot of people may be looking at me like, man, Bray, it's just an all-white pair of 12s. But the Air Jordan 12 OVOs is hands down one of my favorite OVOs of all time. Now, of course, yes, I pretty much got like 80 to 90% of all other Drake OVOs. From the PEs to the samples. And those are cool, man. But this Air Jordan 12 OVO, man, you know, it just reminds me of the days where I couldn't afford a $500 shoe or $600, $700, $800, $10,000 shoe. It just brings me back to those days. And I don't know if y'all remember, but back in like 2014, 2015, when the OVO samples was on the market on Flight Club, only way you can get an OVO shoe was if you were spending $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 on Flight Club. From the 10s were the first ones to hit on the scene on Flight Club. Those samples was like $2,500 to $3 bands, and then the 12s hit, and the 12s were even more. And like I said, this before they did a general release on these, and man, it just brings me back to those memories of just wanting to be able to afford an expensive shoe, or wanting to be able to afford any shoe that I want. And this Air Jordan 12 OVO is special to me because, like I said, it just takes me back to those days when I'm on Flight Club just looking like, bro, I want those, but I can't afford a $3,000 to $4,000 shoe. So when Jordan Brand finally dropped these as a GR, this was one of like the first shoes on like Sneakers app and on the Foot Locker app when it first started up. Okay, and I remember trading a pair of Yeezy Belugas, the Beluga V2s, the first joints. I remember trading those for a pair of these, man. And this is still in my top 10 of favorite sneakers of all time in my collection. Air Jordan 7 Mirrors. Now, Army, I'm not sure if you guys saw, I was on TV earlier this year.
This week on Collector's Call.
Kick off your sneakers and enjoy this collection.
This room is incredible.
We have the 23 for Michael Jordan, 24 for Kobe Bryant. When this first came out, this was $40,000.
Will a trade be a shoe-in?
He's driving a hard bargain.
He is. And what will his soulmate say?
He's gonna want it. He's gonna want it. Sunday at 9:30, 8:30 Central on MeTV.
And they did a whole little story about my Air Jordan 7 Mirrors because I proposed to my wife in these shoes. And that makes the shoe special in itself. But just, you don't see Air Jordan 7 Mirrors on the market hardly. The lace pack itself costs about $500. All right. The shoes itself is just, this is just a phenomenal, just dope, crazy art Air Jordan 7, man. And to be honest, whenever I get a chance to actually see another pair up for sale, man, I'm gonna grab them. This is definitely one of those double up worthy sneakers to me. The Mirror 7s is just a bomb shoe. It got all of the team that the Dream Team beat in 1992 Olympics, all of them down here on the heel. And I want to say this is one of the first sneakers that I paid over $1,000 for. So definitely one of those memorable Air Jordans to have. And again, Army, on top of that, I proposed to my wife in these shoes right here, man. So always will stay in the collection. Next is the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. Chicago 1s is my favorite OG Air Jordan 1 colorway of all time. Now, reason why I'm making this video also in a sense is because of the blasphemy that I've seen on Instagram. And I'm sure y'all seen this post too. I forget if it was on like BR Kicks or one of those big Instagram sneaker pages, but the sneaker community actually voted that they would rather have the off-white Air Jordan 1 Chicagos over the OGs. And just reading through the comments, you can tell all the OG heads, we couldn't believe it. And I mean, I'm still kind of fresh. I've only been, collecting sneakers and like really into sneakers for 10 years. Next year will be 11 years. So still, to somebody who's been buying Mike since 85, I'm still new to the game. But I respect it. I respect the history. And for people to actually pick an off-white Chicago over the OG Chicago, I mean, come on now. Number one, we still waiting on this shoe to come out. But not even the hype on the shoe or not even the hype on the shoe or the resale value on the shoe. It's just Chicago, Jordan 1, where it all started, man. This probably is the best Air Jordan of all time. Now, Army, if y'all disagree with me, comment down below what y'all think the best Air Jordan of all time is. Some might say Concord, some might say Bread, some might say Black Cement 3s, White Cement 3s. Some might say the Retro 6 because he won his first championship in the 6s. But let me know in the comment section below what y'all think is the best Air Jordan of all time. And last but not least, Army, this shoe right here, when I say this is probably the first shoe that I've ever legitimately studied, I'm talking about, Army, this is 2012. I'm watching sneaker YouTube videos from 2012. I don't remember the exact video, but it was a guy who had a pair of the Air Jordan 4 DBs. And he was just going through what you need to look for as far as finding a legit pair. And it was, man, the amount of fakes out there in 2012 for the Air Jordan 4 Doernbecher. Number one, this is still my favorite DB of all time. Again, a lot of people may not agree, but the DB4 to me is the most fake DB of all time, is the most sought after DB of all time. This is the best Doernbecher of all time. Now, a lot of people might say, Brake, why you ain't wearing these? Army, I actually need a size 11 in my DB4s. This is a size 10.5. So until I get that size 11, this 10.5 will remain dead stock until I can actually get one that's going to fit perfectly. Again, Army, I would love to hear the top 5 sneakers in your collection that you refuse to sell. Again, Army, if I had to just leave the house with 30 seconds, I only can be in here for 30 seconds, grab the shoes and dip. Again, I'm taking my Air Jordan 4 DBs. I'm taking my Air Jordan 1 OG Chicagos. I'm grabbing my Air Jordan 7 Mirrors. I'm grabbing my Jordan 1 Spider-Man, the Origins, and I'm grabbing my OVO 12s. And again, Army, all of these sneakers that I pick, I legit have a story for. And I feel like that's what makes collector sneakers or rocker sneakers or buying sneakers. It's the stories behind the shoes, to me, that actually make the shoes more than what it is. You can have some people who's grail is a pair of Air Jordan 9 Barons that I'm looking at right now. That could be somebody grail. What if their grandfather gave them that shoe as a gift before they passed, or what if that was the last shoe that, you know, that their parents gave them before they became an adult and had to buy shoes on their own. You know, it's those stories right there that actually, to me, make a sneaker a grail. It's not the price, it's not the hype. To me, it's the story behind the shoe. Again, I got a story for each and every one of these shoes down here. I remember for these, I didn't really go into the story, but I remember I drove from school to Chicago to get these. But I literally had to drive an hour and a half home to come and pick up this pair right here, man. Again, it's all about the stories that you make. If y'all got a phenomenal story on y'all grails, let me know again down in the comment section below. And other than that, Army, again, if you are interested in copping any merch, make sure you DM me on Instagram, and I will make sure that I get to everybody so that I can continue to get these orders out. And other than that, you got your boy Unbreakable. You got the Unbreakable Vault. Unbreakable Army, stand strong like always. Hug your loved ones. And we out.